Here I want to talk to you about the HYBRiD Plus converted stretch film. This roll here is a 18.5 by 6,000 foot. This is the film that is sold primarily with the Revolution ST pallet wrapper and the Revolution high speed pallet stretch wrapper. Now people ask me all the time, what's the difference between running HYBRiD Plus converted film and standard film on their machine? Now it doesn't matter whether you're putting it on a wrapper or you're using the hand version of this product. So let's talk about stretch film. Now the key point to remember with stretch film is stretch film was designed to be stretched. So when you take stretch film, conventional film, you put it on a stretch wrapper, or you have somebody that's wrapping by hand, they'll normally stretch about 15%. So you take conventional film, you stretch it about 15%, this is where you're at. Now when your product is wrapped, loaded on a truck, it's shipping around the country, any movement at all on that pallet, that stretch film has all this stretch left in it. So really you have no holding power when you're using conventional film, whether you're using it on a machine or you're using it by hand. Now let's look at the same example by doing a comparison with pre-stretched. Now when we make this pre-stretched film, we stretch the film roughly about 80%. We take 80% of the stretch out of that film. So take the same line, we stretch it out about 80%, we're out here. Now when you put this roll on your machine, you're going to stretch it about another 15%, let's just say 20%. Now you're out here. Now this film is stretched out to its max. Now the maximum amount of holding power is now in this film, which is like a giant rubber band on your pallet, and with its memory it just wants to go back to its original size, and all that force is applied to holding your product together and on the pallet. Another way to look at this is take a rubber band. Now you take a rubber band, you stretch it about 15%, you got all that stretch left in it. It does an okay job, it's not doing a great job. You take the same rubber band, now obviously like a rubber band, like stretch film, it was designed to be stretched. So maximum amount of strength equals power. Here, there's very little stretch left in this, but this is the maximum amount of holding power you're going to get out of this rubber band. So now when you look at the HYBRiD Plus converted film, because we've taken about 80% of the stretch out, it started out life at approximately 80 gauge. So that means that the center of the film is now 40 gauge. We've reinforced the edges, so here on the top and on the bottom, this will still be an 80 gauge where the center is a 40 gauge. Now as you can see, there's a lot of strength and very little stretch left in this film. So strength, and when all the stretch is taken out, that equals holding power on your pallet. Which means when you wrap your pallet with the HYBRiD Plus converted film, the product stays on the pallet and gets to the customer just like it did when it left your warehouse floor.